Hello, my good people. Welcome to My Life, My Story. I am Maggie Charles, and today I have a guest from Githurai. Let's get to know him, to hear his story, and to learn more. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Your name, maybe you can just give us a brief introduction of your name, where you are from, and what you do.
I think first I will welcome you to Jima College. Welcome. We are located in Githurai. Karibishwa hapa sana.
Asante.
Yeah, so my name is Mark and Gachunga, and I'm from Kiambu County, a place called Gatondo North.
Gatondo North, okay.
Gatondo North. Yeah, so I was born in Mombasa. Precisely, I was born in Mombasa, and when I was young, we relocated to Gatondo North, Kiambu County. And I grew up just normally. I went to a school called Kangaita Primary School. Then I finished in a school called Fountain of Knowledge Academy. From there I proceeded to Moho High School, then to Kenyatta University, and here we are.
Wow,
yeah.
It has been a journey.
Yeah, quite a journey, yeah. To get here it is quite a journey, and I hope my story is going to motivate someone out there. To inspire someone, because we know, the world is full of challenges and all that, and I think my life is the epitome of challenges and overcoming them. Life up and down, mountains, valleys, and all those things.
Sure.
So I believe that someone out there, the viewers of the YouTube channel, will be motivated and inspired. And at the end of the day, we all want to win, and find ourselves up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can start by, what molded you to be where you are today? Because I believe we all have stories.
Yeah. What molded me to be where I am? I believe that all this while, I think one thing I can't be ashamed to say is that I'm born again. And I believe that God has had an integral part in my life journey. Of course, I'm not where I want to be, but the journey has been incredible, and I'm grateful to God for where I am. Again, I think my parents were supportive. As I'll give my story, my parents, my dad was a disciplinarian. My mom was so loving. My mom was an encourager. So we grew up with a lot of balance, discipline and love. That is how a child grows well, discipline and love.
Yeah.
So the tough love and the soft love in equal measure, I think that also helped me a lot in becoming who I am today. And again the experiences that we've had over and over again, because no one is self-made. We are all made by people. So you find that you're going to have an encounter somewhere with someone, an encounter somewhere else, an encounter somewhere else, until you are fully formed. Yeah, because the journey of destiny requires, multiple experiences that shape your mindset, that shape your behavior and your character, and your journey. Yeah.
Na sasa, Mr. Mark, you told me you have a story.
Exactly.
And this story is going to impact someone who is watching this show. Maybe we can start, you can just give us the story now.
I think my story is a story of lack, a story of poverty, a story of victimization. Because when I was in primary school, I was that bright student. I was always number one, by the way. Right from primary school, right from nursery school, I was this intelligent, bright. I did not need to study much to pass my exams. So I went to nursery school, started passing my exams, went all the way in class 4. That is where my story changed. Of course, I was born in this poor family where we did not have much.
From a humble background.
Yes, a very, very humble background, during those days. In our family we could go hungry because my dad was jobless, my mom was jobless. They were all trying to survive, using farming and all that, and and all those things. So we grew up in a very, very humble background, where we had to survive and learn from a very young age how to live without so much. So in class 4, one of those days, one of those normal days in class.
And let me just cut you short.
Yeah.
Ukiwa class 4, bado mlikuwa Mombasani samahani.
Hapana. Tulikuja huku nikiwa 3 years.
Oh, you are 3 years.
Yeah. It's 3
so
years.
hata huko umeingia shule by then.
Hata sikuwa nimeingia shule, so I started my school in Kamaita Primary,
okay.
right from nursery school. So when I got to class 4, I was just somewhere, running. I was running, children the way they are. So I just decided to run across the class. So I ran, and then one of the students akaniwekea mguu nje kwa desk. You know those desks the way they are. So akaniwekea mguu kwa desk, and what I did, I fall down. Yeah, when I fall down, I was unconscious for some minutes.
Okay.
No, not hours, minutes, and. I was just unconscious lying down there. When I woke up, I realized that I had fallen, and one of my teeth, you can see.
Oh, I thought it is there. Denya,
Yeah.
we call them denya.
Okay, it is there. The good thing with me is that I had a gap from the word go.
Okay.
So what I did, of course, the teeth is replaced right now.
Yeah.
So what happened is that I fall down, and because of the impact of the floor, I lost my front teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you look at my teeth, they are big. The front teeth. The front teeth are big. And so when I lost my teeth, and I had a gap initially also. So what happened is that I had a huge gap between my teeth from class 4. So so that is where my story started. That is where my story started. And so I grew up, finished class 8, of course passed my exams. When I went to high school, this is where the story of victimization started. And I was that person who, when I was growing up, my mother used to tell me some good things.
Yeah,
my
just
mother
to
used,
encourage you.
Yeah, my mother used to tell me, you are good looking, you're handsome, you're intelligent and all that. And now you are going to high school, and people are considering one of your weakness.
Yeah.
You know the story, the way high schools are. They can victimize you to death. Yeah. So what they did, they gave me a name, which maybe I wouldn't say.
Okay.
So they gave me a name, and that name became, a source of my sorrow. From that young age. So they started victimizing me. I could not talk to people. I could not smile to people. I could not talk to you like the way we are talking one-on-one, because the moment they start victimizing you, that becomes a source of your loneliness, and you don't want to interact with people, because the moment you talk to them and they note your weakness, then what they do is they start attacking you based on your weakness.
Sure.
So what happened is that I made books my friends. So I didn't have friends. I used to go, in my dormitory and cry, almost the whole night, because I was asking myself, how can this be? I grew up in an environment of encouragement, and now here I am, people making me feel the opposite. You see now? Yeah. So what happened? I made books, my friends, and I studied so hard. And I finished my Form 4, with the same problem.
Yeah.
The same problem. And mind you, I went to campus with the same problem.
Oh my God.
Imagine going to a place like Kenyatta University, without a tooth. So it's kind of crazy.
Sure.
And again, there I could not talk to people. I used to finish my class. I didn't have a friend, so I used to finish my class and just go home. Yeah.
So in high school you are rejected?
Yeah, rejected. Yeah.
Rejection went ahead to university?
Yeah, university. Now, because of the victimization in high school, I never wanted people to know in campus. So I was that person who's just be quiet. I would not talk to people. Just someone says hi and I say hi. I used to talk to people when I'm facing down like this, because the moment you're victimized, then you start having some behaviors, that start, some defensive behaviors that, you're defending yourself from whatever people did to you. And if someone talked to me about my gap, you know what happened? I used to hate that person like forever, because that is what victimization causes in you.
Yeah.
And because you are poor, you tell my mom like, replace my tooth, and my mom would say, we are going to pay your school fees, we don't have any money. And the poverty was so much, because I remember at one time I had just one pair of trousers, one shirt. My shoe was, it was torn and all that. So we grew up in abject poverty. I remember we could sleep hungry and all that. So of course I understand. My parents did not have money to do the replacement, and for 15 years I could not smile to anyone. 15 years, 15 good years, I could not smile to anyone. I did not have friends. So I gathered, that I took that time to gather knowledge, and this is why, I think I'm where I am today. Yeah, so it has been a journey. It has been a journey of loneliness, but a journey of, God shaping me to become who I am today. Yeah.
Na sasa niulize, hii rejection ama hii victimization, did you at any given point try to maybe find solutions of how to
find
deal
solutions?
With it? Yeah.
Solutions. Okay, I don't think there was a solution anywhere because, of course, there was no money to fix what I was going through. Yeah, and the people in high school, there's nothing you can tell them for them to understand. So there's no way until I started earning my own money. That is when I sorted out the problem. Yeah, because there was no other way. Again, I believe God had a part in all this. Let me tell you the truth. You know what happens the moment you are, because for me, I'm a speaker, I'm a teacher, and almost a preacher. Yeah, so the moment the devil knows like what your destiny will be about. Like me, everything I do is about speaking. Yeah, everything. Yeah, basically speaking. So what happened is that the devil is going to know, what you will be in future, and then he's going to bring an impediment even before that. So you want to make me short of confidence and my public speaking skills and all that. So what happens, even God allows it to happen because He want to shape you. Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. Let's now get to GMAC College.
Yeah.
Maybe you completed your education in KU.
Yeah.
You came up with this idea. I can come up with my own school. Can you just give us a brief history of this school and when you started? What inspired you to start this school? Yeah, challenges.
Again, my entrepreneurial journey has been also hard. A bit hard, because I started entrepreneurship when I was in campus. Yeah. So there was this lady, I think the chair lady of Uwezo Fund or something. Me, I wanted to be employed somewhere. I wanted to work at KRA. That was my dream. And so there was this lady who came to our campus and started talking about the importance of entrepreneurship and all that. So I became entrepreneurial from campus, second year, I think so. And so in between that time and today, I've started, I think, several businesses that have failed. I started a business called Ideal Achievers Investment with my friend in campus. We were in campus, so we used to go around, talking to people about how to run their businesses, how to grow their businesses, how to do agribusiness and all that. Of course, we did that, but the business never picked because entrepreneurship is a learning journey. So again, I started another business called Life Impact Solutions International, speaking in high schools and all that. Of course, I'm still doing that today, but that business, of course, did not pick because I was young, I was naive. I didn't know what I was doing. There was just an ambition. There was the fire in me, but I didn't know. I didn't have knowledge and understanding. Again, I started a real estate business somewhere in Kasarani, and I ended up losing everything, being auctioned and all that. So that is how I relocated from Kasarani to Mwihoko. Because at that time, I remember during that, I think that COVID period, I could not pay my rent, I could not pay anything, I could not pay the workers, I could not pay anything, I could not pay even my house rent. And so I had to move to a cheaper place. That's how I found myself in Mwihoko. When I got myself in Mwihoko, I had nothing. Yeah, that was a period of a bit of lack, poverty in me. Yeah, sometimes I could sleep hungry for 3 days. I could not pay my rent. I used to live in a single room, 2,500, and I could not pay it.
So the same problems that you went through in your high school and campus life is still following you.
Yes, they are still following me because the moment these things happen, they will never leave you unless you sort them. Yeah, they will never leave you unless you sort them. Of course, there is no one. Let me tell you the truth. The moment you are a person of destiny, they are going to haunt you forever. Unless you sort the problem, they are going to haunt you forever. You cannot conquer destiny by just sitting around and hoping things are going to happen. There's a saying that I say that things don't just happen; they are made to happen. You cannot just wait somewhere. There's no one owes you anything in this world. Yeah, you have to get out and fight and make the best of yourself, make the best of your skills and everything. So the moment I'm in Mwihoko, and now things are hard in Kasarani. So Mwihoko is a cheaper place.
Yeah.
So I relocated with my family to a single room. Imagine living with your family in a single room and you cannot pay it. Yeah. So, and I'm paying 2,500 for my rent in a single room. And I remember, going hungry for some days. The house is almost locked. Yeah. I remember at some point I've slept outside because the house is locked and all that. Yeah. So the journey has been tough. Of course, God usually comes at one point or the other. And then this is how I started the school, in a very small place. Yeah, a very small place. In Mwihoko, in a very small room. Just a single room where I used to pay 6,000 shillings. Yeah.
Na sasa umesema uko Mwihoko sasa na ushaanza shule. Maybe where did you get finance from?
Finances. Of course, I've been an author all along. Yeah, I'm an author. I've written and published 10 books.
Wow. And so far you have 10 books.
Yeah, so far I have 10 books. So here I started making use of that gift that God has given me.
Yeah.
So I wrote a book called The DNA of High Achievers. The DNA of High Achievers is one of the best-selling books in high schools.
Wow.
Yeah, the high school edition. And I do sell it in high schools. They stock in their libraries, for high schoolers to read in parents' meeting. So that is why I gathered some cash, here and there to do something. And of course, when I started, I borrowed computers from people because I started it as a computer college. So I borrowed a computer from my brother. I borrowed a computer from my friend. I had a laptop myself. And so I started just that way. Yeah. So you start from where you are.
Yeah. With what you have.
With what you have. Yeah. Because I usually tell people, becoming an entrepreneur is not all about having money.
True.
If you hear a person saying that I have not started a business because I don't have capital, that is wrong. That is wrong. Just say you don't have ideas.
Yeah.
Because some of these things, starting a business is not about money. The moment I started in Kasarani selling properties, I started without anything. So what happened is that...
and what kind of property were you selling back then?
Lands.
Oh, lands.
Yes, but I didn't have my own lands. So what I did, I used my mind to go and make a deal with the directors of a company
landowners.
Yes, the landowners. A land company called Mawega Company Limited.
Wow.
So I met those directors. I was so young. These are big men,
yeah.
A rich man. So I went there and convinced them that I can do something for them. So we came into an agreement, signed it, the lawyer signed it, and I could earn some commissions from selling their lands. And so I hired some people to sell them for me. Yeah, I never did the selling myself. So I hired some people to sell them for me because entrepreneurship is all about not doing it yourself, but creating a system where people can work, can work, because that is how you grow. Yeah, that is how you grow. That is how you impact the economy, by employing people. So that is where I started. So the school started in Mwihoko, in a small room. So we started doing advertisements, people started coming, and that is how we grew to where we are today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So hii shule uliweka na pesa ya kuuza vitabu?
Yeah, pesa ya kuuza vitabu na savings zenye nimesave kuuza kufunza wanafunzi. Because time tulianza Mwihoko, we started teaching computer and some short courses here and there, graphic design, and all that. So that is what we gathered, of course, and some things here and there, some money here and there. Men have ways of making money.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but most of it was my savings. Selling books, because I can go to a high school and sell 20 books for them to stock in a library.
Wow.
I can go to a parents' meeting and people buy 50 books. Yeah. So you find that. I can go to a textbook center and they ask me to bring 20 of my books. Yeah, so there and then you find yourself getting some money to start doing some things. Yeah, so that's how we grew to where we are today. But the school is less, than 2 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, less than 2 years old. and we are grateful to God for where we are today. So when we started in Mwihoko, we relocated now to Githurai, somewhere in Mombi. But where
So
we
you
are,
have other branches?
Yeah, in Mombi. But here we are in Githurai branch.
Oh.
Yeah.
So here in Githurai you have two branches?
Yeah, somewhere in Mombi. Mombi is between Githurai and Mwihoko.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how was life in Mwihoko maybe before you vacated to this place?
Life in Mwihoko was good, but the population in Mwihoko is not that much. So as a business person, as a manager, you have to think about how you relocate where the demand is high and where the masses are. Yeah. So of course the journey is hard. The journey of entrepreneurship is hard. You have to be able to cope with the pressure. There's so much pressure because at one time or the other, of course your family is looking up to you.
Yeah.
The landlord is expecting you to pay rent. The workers are expecting you to pay. But you have a
Bearing
problem.
in mind, this is a new business.
Yeah, it's a new business. But then we just relocated here this year.
Oh.
Yeah, this year. And I can say the Roy market is good, not bad, considering that we are starting. Yeah. But the pressure, of course, is there. But that is normal. That is something you have to get used to as a business person. Yeah, because there is no one point that everything will be aligned.
Yeah.
Of course, you keep growing, but the more you grow, the challenges become more. Because of course, for example, if we grow from here, maybe we have to pick, a whole another room somewhere or other room somewhere for the school. Of course, that increases the pressure of rent.
Yeah.
That increases the pressure for more teachers. So the more you grow, the more pressure increases in your life.
And how do you cope up with these pressures, bearing in mind that they will keep incurring?
Okay, I think now that is where the journey comes, handy, because God prepared me to handle challenges when I was young.
Yeah.
If I could handle sleeping hungry,
Victimization.
Handle victimization. If I could handle, having one trouser all along. If I could handle, surviving in campus, without talking to people. If I could handle not, and all these things. So if I could handle all that, God has already prepared me to handle the pressure. So no matter what comes, I just laugh. Yeah, because there is nothing that is so hard, that I cannot conquer. Because the journey has been incredible. The journey has been hard. So the moment you go through hard things, at the moment other mountains come. Yeah, they harden you. You have what you call a thick skin. So the moment challenges come, you're already tough enough. Yeah.
To face them.
Yeah, you're already tough enough. Let me tell you the truth. The things I've gone through, if it was not for the journey that I went through when I was young to become tougher, someone would have committed suicide. There's one friend of mine who was telling me that, Mark, the things you've gone through in life, for me, I would have been in ICU right now. yeah, that is my friend saying that. But for me, the strength is there, the fortitude is there. I don't feel like someone can do anything to me that I have not gone through. Yeah, nothing worse can happen. Unless death, nothing harder can happen to me. So that is how we cope. We cope through the things we've gone through in the past. Yeah, and that is why life prepares us for those things, so that we can have the strength and the fortitude to keep moving forward. Yeah.
Labda nirudi nyuma kidogo pale campus. Umesema you didn't have friends.
Yeah.
You were not talking to people. Books were your closest friends.
Yeah.
And how did you survive that? Bearing in mind, I can only imagine campus life.
Again, I refer to the journey. Remember in high school, I was used to being alone. So the moment I went to campus, it was not that hard. Unless someone noted about my condition, it was not that hard because I'm already used to it. And that journey is progressive in a way, in such a way that the challenges become bigger and bigger. And again, I think that also prepared me because I used to stay in the library from morning, from 8 up to 10 p.m.
You are a bookworm.
Yeah, I was a bookwormer. And all that time I was studying about, I was reading about business. I did economics and finance But,
university.
Yeah, in university, which has
so
very
business
little-
has been in you.
Yeah, but the problem is economics and finance. You only study about finance in business.
Finance, yeah.
But now I had to study about other things, because I wanted to become a business person. So because I'm not talking to people, I could spend time in the library reading about business, leadership, management, and that is what I'm doing today. Yeah, so that loneliness in campus became a source of, it prepared me for who I am today. So when I look back, I'm glad I went through all that for who I am today. So when I look back, I'm glad I went through all that. Because otherwise, I will not be where I am today.
Wow.
Yeah, I will not be where I am today.
That is a story worth listening, with a lot of impact, and maybe your part in short. How can you tell people who went through the same situation, or maybe who want to come up with a business, they don't know where to start, they even don't have idea actually.
Yeah,
maybe you can talk to them. They are idealess.
Idealess. Okay. I think the first thing I would say is that people should not give up. People should not give up.
Giving up should not be the priority.
Yeah, giving up. You cannot give up. What happens if you give up? If you give up, the challenges will not go.
True.
The challenges only go when you keep insisting. The moment you keep pushing in life, then challenges are going to give way. And there are some people out there who are suffering, not because of something bad they have done, but because of the destiny that God is preparing them for. So it is very, very important to know that you should not give up. Yeah. It is, you can cry. Crying is allowed.
Yeah.
So you can stay, when you're on your bed, you can cry, but wipe your tears, rise up, and move forward. Yeah, because the problem with some people is that you keep crying. You keep crying.
Yeah.
You cry and do nothing. The moment you cry, the moment you cry and do nothing, that challenge will never go. You are never going to overcome a challenge by crying, sympathizing, acting like a victim. You don't do that. Yeah, you rise up and move forward. So that is the first advice I'll give people. I'm here where I am today because of not giving up. If I consider giving up, of course you are going to consider giving up. But the moment you obey and give up, that is the end of you. That is the end of your story. To someone who has no capital, I said capital is not the issue. Just start something. To someone who has no idea, ideas are gotten by, do you know how ideas come into our minds? The mind is like a manufacturing plant, but you have to give it raw materials. The raw materials is the knowledge that you seek in books, seek in magazines, you seek in, by just seeing around. So the things you gather, the knowledge you gather and the understanding is what you put in your mind. Then the mind will start synthesizing an idea for you. And that is how ideas come through. Again, to have an idea, you have to check what are you gifted in. What are you gifted in? Like me.
What about those who don't know their gifts? Yeah, they are there.
You don't know what you're gifted in.
Yeah.
How do you know your gift? Something you do effortlessly.
Okay.
Yeah, like me when I talk to people, for example, in high schools or in colleges.
So you are a motivational speaker as well.
Yeah. In high schools. So the moment I talk to people, it is effortless. Yeah, I don't struggle to come up with what to say. You see, yeah. So how do you understand what you are gifted in? By what you do not struggle to do. And again, this comes with a lot of, what you are passionate about. Yeah. Whatever you feel passionate about, that is your gift. Because passion and purpose has a way of connecting. Yeah, there's a way they connect. You understand your purpose by your passion. And again, what you do, effortlessly. Again, it comes with a lot of trial and error. Yeah, you have to try different things. That is why you never hear a person who started a business in a single day is successful. You have to fail in various of them so that one becomes successful. So, to a person who does not have, an idea out there, make sure you are reading a lot of books, a lot of materials, interacting with a lot of people. Check from within what you are gifted in, because ultimately, you only get successful by your gift, because even the Bible says that a man's gift will make room for him and make him stand before great men. Yeah, so it is very, very important for them to come up with, the things they think they can do in life, so that we grow this country together. Yeah.
So, Mr. Mark, you told me earlier, you are an author, you are a teacher, you are an entrepreneur, you are a family man, you are a person similar to pastor. How do you balance all these things?
Balancing these things have to do with dedicating time. Dedicating time. I sleep for very few hours because I have to juggle around all these things. So, of course, speaking is a gift. When speaking is a gift, even writing is a gift. These are gifts that you grow up with. But again, the knowledge that you are seeking, you have to seek it in books and listening to a lot of materials. So I read a lot. I listen to a lot of materials. If you come to my house, there will be no time for movies. No time for movies, because the moment I watch a movie, I feel guilty because I have a lot to accomplish, and I have a lot to to read and to listen to. So I keep listening to materials, reading books. So that is how
other books.
Yes, other books, because
maybe to generate an idea of maybe what you can come up with and write your own book.
Yeah, because what happens is that a gift you are given, but you have to sharpen it. You don't just have your gift raw. You sharpen it, you chisel it, you become better, you become an expert, you become the best in the market. That is how you grow in your gift. The moment you just sit and say, I'm a singer, all you do is sing, but you have not sharpened your gift. By, for example, if you are a gospel singer, you have to read the Bible to get the content to sing. But the moment you just say, I'm gifted, and you do nothing, that does not work. So it comes with a lot of effort. I'm telling you, a lot of sacrifice to juggle between being a teacher, being a manager, an entrepreneur, being a family man, being a preacher, running a YouTube channel,
you also have a YouTube
channel, writing books, selling books, we also do revision materials. So we are doing so many things, speaking in schools. So we are doing so many things. But that only comes, God can help you, God can give you grace, and again, your hard work. Your hard work.
Tell us where people can find you, Mr. Mark.
So the school is located in Githurai, just next to the Globe in Githurai, Hallelujah Plaza, around 50 meters from the roundabout, next to the Equity Bank, 4th floor. For the books, you can find them by contacting me on 0715 769 679. Social media, you can find me on all social media platforms. Mark M. Gachunga on Facebook,
and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Also Mark M. Gachunga. That is a story of Mark M. Gachunga, the director at Jim College, the GMAC College, where they learn from the best. Let's meet another day with a different guest, with a different story. I am Maggie Charles.